sons, you could have stayed. It's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Boom.
I gotta do it in foot, Mama. I gotta do it in foot, Mama. Because I believe you.
Oh my god.
I gotta do it in foot.
Oh god, Jordan.
Because I believe you. Because I believe you.
Papa is a bird watcher, so this is a really big moment. Today is January 13, 2023. It is 1:24 a.m. Okay, subscribers remain the same, but if there is any new subscribers, welcome. There's a lot to share with you, so let's go straight to not YouTube, straight to Twitter. So this one, I literally just saw it, and you see my comment is there a minute ago. So let's get to it. Charles warmed toward Meghan and clearly liked her in the beginning. My guess is Camilla didn't like that. And there's my comment here. I 100% agree. I think so too. I think it was one of the videos that I did yesterday, and I went and explained how I felt, how reconciliation might occur, where I think there's a window of opportunity for Charles, but Camilla cannot be in the picture. And when it comes to William, he needs deep some sort of intervention, because this guy is completely delusional. Whatever he had called him, his mom, that's him. Okay, so Harry cannot go and try to be reasoned with him without him having several years of intervention to talk to him about things, because throughout his life, meaning William, throughout his life, they made him believe he was the chosen one. He should have this, he should have that, the best of everything. Because when you hear in the audio how Harry was describing when they went to see them at their home and all of that, the description of their apartment and all of that, so he believed he deserved that. So in reality, he doesn't know people have to work for things. But yeah, so throughout his life they put nonsense in his head. He's the chosen one, he's gonna be king, he could do this, he could do that, and he never had any obstacle. I guess his only obstacle is that he can't persuade Harry to not marry Meghan. That this is why he's going berserk with his thinking. Alright, so I truly believe for Charles there's a window of opportunity, because I think it's Camilla who somewhat put nonsense in his head. Okay, let's I mean, even though he might, meaning Charles, he had issues with when Princess Diana was alive and all of that, with overshadowing and all of that. So if he really is, if he's really thinking of his reign, he better keep Camilla in the back seat when it comes to certain things. And I don't know, yeah, Camilla's in his ear definitely, and this is why I truly believe this is why they divide the brothers, because Harry was voice of reasoning to all of the future kings, okay, to all of the monarchs. There's the Queen, Harry was there, close to the monarch, and Charles close to the monarch, William close to the monarch, and Harry was the only voice of reasoning. They divide him, get him out of there. So the people who wants to put nonsense in those heirs' head, it's right where she is right now. All right, let's read some of the comment. Okay, no, you should listen to the audio, the part where Harry said they visited Charles, the Queen called. Charles stood straight and went for the phone. The staff said, no, it's for you, for the Duchess. There's a laugh. With Harry's voice is even funnier. I mean, yeah, there's little events here and there, but when you take all the other ingredient away from the main topic of Charles liking Meghan, when you take all the other part out, if they had let Charles see Meghan for who she is without any toxicity feeding into his ear,
I think without credit, I mean, I've been a pessimist many times because of the work that we end up doing. You can be surrounded by negativity sometimes.
Charles see Meghan for who she is without any toxicity feeding into his ear.
Surrounded by negativity sometimes.
Perhaps he could have seen Meghan for who she is, because I think they had some sort of connection. Even though, when I believe it was, I listened to the entire audio, the book, so yeah, I was right from the beginning from my other video. The last time I did the other video, I didn't finish the audio, the book, so I finished it, so I'm still sticking with that. When Harry first introduced Meghan to, I guess, Charles, who was in the room, I don't know, they were having some sort of a dinner or whatever, and then Charles started talking to Meghan, okay. In their heads, the royal family's head, they think actress, this and that. Whenever they hear actress, they think people are dumb.
She's mixed race, she's American, she's a divorcee, actress. Those are 4 ticks. No member of the royal family, the senior members, ever thought they would see having to be ticked when it came to Harry's bride.
Okay, they don't have anything self-thinkers, they don't do anything other than.
What did you study at college?
I double majored theater and international relations, and then I went and worked for the U.S. Embassy for a bit.
But I think when he started talking to Meghan, knowing some of the things that Meghan was telling him, he was fascinated. That's one thing I got. He was fascinated by Meghan's intellect and all of that. But it is the wife. It is the wife who put nonsense in his head, including William as well. Because if it wasn't her, I don't think William will come out and claim the mother, Princess Diana, is paranoid.
Which played on her fears and fueled paranoia. It is my view that the deceitful way the interview was obtained substantially influenced what my mother said.
They put nonsense in his head. In one video, I said, I think, my humble opinion, Camilla is telling William one thing, and then Camilla is going, all this, my humble opinion, is going to the tabloid and telling them what to write in reference to whatever she tells William. So when William read the paper and sees whatever nonsense Camilla put in his head, he'll say, oh my God, this is true. They wrote it on the book. Okay, these people, they don't think for themselves. So Camilla is manipulate all of them. This is what I think. All right. Let's see. Charles may like Meghan, but it then stopped the jealousy thinking. It was Diana all over again, and his ego couldn't handle it. Maybe yes, but I think it's the wife that's putting that in his head. And
because of the work that we end up doing, you can be surrounded by negativity sometimes.
say, oh, she's gonna overshadow you. She's gonna do this. The same thing with Diana and all of that. I mean, all they had to do is talk to Meghan, and when he's doing something, Meghan doesn't need to do anything to overshadow him. I think things could have worked in that sense. All right, when he's gonna do something, an outing, Meghan for months stay out of the picture. All right, don't go out, don't do this. This is his time, his big time to shine. And then Meghan could easily do her whatever it is in the background. And we saw with the Greenfield, okay, she was doing a lot of other things in the background. We didn't know until they revealed the book. All right, so the authenticity was never there. They interrupt, okay, the natural flow of how Meghan is. Someone intercept that natural flow to prevent Charles from seeing Meghan with his own two eyes. I truly believe that.
Because of the work that we end up doing, you can be surrounded by negativity sometimes.
And I think Harry sees that too, where I think there's some sort of a window of opportunity where father and son could somewhat rekindle. But for William, it's a completely different story. William is completely the firm. He is breathe, blood, skin, whatever, the firm. They got him since he was a kid. They took the mother away. They inserted and nonsense in his head. This is the firm. Okay, so there's no out. But Charles, on the other hand, there's a small, slightly little things where they could, Harry could have a father and son relationship, but Camilla cannot be near them. And whatever discussion Harry have with the father, Charles cannot repeat to Camilla. This is how it should be. Should not repeat to Camilla or even William, because William is a jelly little freak. You know, he's gonna feel jealous that this was discussed and all of that. Charles should keep whatever discussion he had with with Harry to himself. All right. Most likely, Charles will have appreciated an audience that much is documented, and an intelligent one to boot. Camilla envying a stepdaughter-in-law is really just pure villain. All right. After what's on the screen, I move on, and I think that's it. So Camilla was busy plotting and leaking. That is brilliant. She was jealous because she saw another Diana in her. Could be Camilla is on a power trip. Okay, and regard to this, I feel sorry for Charles, especially because his parents screw him up, especially Philip cheating on Elizabeth, and being angry all the time, having issues with his mother, having issues with his Nazi family, and then his family killed in an airplane. Okay, I don't know. I know a little bit here and there, but I don't think this is it. But the natural, okay? What is it? Charles and Meghan, okay? To know Meghan authentically without any, you know, nonsense being fed to people.
Because of the work that we end up doing, you can be surrounded by negativity sometimes.
And I think that's what interrupt that. And also the other thing that I see as I'm editing this video is that Charles is not as courageous as Harry, and there's a lot of things he's afraid of. So whatever fear they had put in him to make him become so cozy up with the tabloid, so they will get him in some shape or form, make him spill the bean. What if push come to shove, there's some sort of a talking, Harry and Charles are talking, Harry should still be careful not to say too much to Charles, because you never know who's gonna force him to spill the bean, because Charles is not as courageous. I don't really think he truly understands the power that he has in his possession. Okay, as a king, I don't think he understands it. He's too afraid. So Harry should just, if things happen, you know, Harry should not let his guard down. His guard should always be up there, because backstabbers are everywhere. You just never know. But anyway, let's move on. Next one. Petronella Wyatt, close friend of Camilla, has been doing the round defending the royals and saying bread rolls were thrown at Camilla. She got fact-checked on live TV by another Meghan hater, Arthur Edward. Okay, quote, that story was not true. She says it's not true. 30 seconds. This guy, I'm always questioning, where was he when Princess Diana died in France? Where was he? Because there's an image I keep on seeing in my head and I cannot see it any other place. I don't know, but it's in my head. Where was he? I would like to know where he was. But let's listen. 30 seconds.
Camilla had to endure such vicious attacks from the press and a level of violence from the public that Meghan never did.
It was never even close.
I remember when Camilla had bread rolls thrown at her.
Oh my God, these people, they all are baggage for God. I can't believe we have adults who's looking straight into the camera and just lie to the people, and the people knows it, and then it's okay, and then they go on and repeat the same nonsense. Oh my God. But let's finish this. And
the story was not true.
Well,
she says it's not true.
Maybe it wasn't, but there was. She
oh my God,
really was at one point the most hated woman in Britain, and
because of what she did. Interrupt the healthy family that could have been. If she had stayed out of the picture, maybe Charles and Diana's marriage could have worked, but she keep on poking herself in and not letting the guy breathe.
He says that your husband renewed his relationship with Mrs. Camilla Parker Bowles. Were you aware of that?
Yes, I was. But I wasn't in a position to do anything about it.
At one point, the most hated woman in Britain, and
because of what she did. Interrupt the healthy family.
Do you think Mrs. Parker Bowles was a factor in the breakdown of your marriage?
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
Okay.
Camilla had to endure such vicious attacks from the press and a level of violence from the public that Meghan never did.
It was never even close.
I remember when Camilla had bread rolls thrown at her.
That story was not true.
Well,
she says it's not true.
Maybe it wasn't, but there was. She really was at one point the most hated woman in Britain.
For a reason really justified, because she was seeing a married man. Okay? Like, people supposed to forget that. 3 of us in the marriage because she was interfering in Diana's marriage.
And Camilla had to endure.
What the hell? They keep on repeating.
It was never even close.
I remember when Camilla had bread rolls thrown at her.
That story was not true.
Well,
she says it's not true.
Maybe it wasn't, but there was. She really was at one point the most hated woman in Britain, and Camilla.
Okay, it's playing over. Okay, let's see. Arthur's son is Charles' friend. Petrol is Camilla's friend. They all party with them in the palace. This is why it's funny that she's getting fact-checked by her people. She was on GMB today, swore on oath that she's not been instructed to speak about Camilla, play on words. More likely, she's been encouraged, asked by them. She's actually quite vile. Okay, I was watching it live. She spewed the same lie. My God, my God. There's a big difference between being hated for having black ethnicity and for being a homewrecker and all-round slag. Yeah, that's that. Okay, Camilla actually did something to make herself the most hated woman in Britain. She was having an affair with the married Prince of Wales. Meghan did not but exist. That's the thing. If she can remember something that's not true, then she is lying. Then she shagged Boris. Did she? Oh my God. Let's move on. Next tweet. I have a lot. I think about 18 tweets, and so far this is my 3rd one. Next one. Royal expert being interviewed on national TV regarding Harry. Quote, I really wanted to smack him one. End quote. What the hell? Appears to go unchallenged. You don't like him? Fine. Defend your royal contact? Fine. Incite violence? Absolutely not. Okay, why is this guy? 2 minutes and 17. When was that? Okay. Why is this guy? There's that. Harry and Meghan on Netflix. Royal expert respond to was it Harry and Meghan? That was like last year. I feel like I saw this a long time ago.
I think everyone in the UK should boycott Netflix. I certainly will be once I finish The Crown. and Emily in Paris. I was sitting there just in my underwear. I was literally boiling with rage, watching two young people laughing and enjoying each other's company. That's not what marriage is about, and I should know. I've had 3. Apparently, they just want to be happy. Well, I'm sorry, this is the United Kingdom. That's just not how we do things. It's absolutely appalling.
That's a parody. You cannot be happy.
That Harry and Meghan are forcing the press to write about them all of the time. We don't want to. No, they make us. It's a form of bullying, really. Yeah, in many ways, the real victims are the press. Yeah, I mean, there are so many other things we want to be writing about, but no, we have to write about them. They're so selfish. Race has nothing to do with it. I didn't even know she wasn't white. But I have to say, the first time I saw her, I did think,
was white.
This one's going to be trouble. I could just tell there was something about her. She was different. It's got nothing to do with race. No. She was American. I could tell just by looking at her from a distance. Look, if she can't respect our sacred, ancient tradition of curtsying to an old woman because of which family she is from, then I'm sorry, I think she maybe deserves everything she gets. White people take royalty very seriously. We know our place and we never joke about it. That's our culture. And if you can't respect that, then you're being racist. I've seen some people claiming that Meghan was being self-deprecating and showing a sense of humour about the royal family. I'm sorry, self-deprecating and a sense of humour? Where do you think you are? German?
But anyway, I need to stop somewhere, just in case.
We never make jokes about the royal family, even the actual paedophiles. Meghan seems to think that the press were out to destroy her. It's ridiculous. I barely even think about her. She's just irrelevant. And that's something I've made clear in all 3 of the books I've written about her and in my daily
all 3 books he wrote about her.
Daily Meg blog. I agree with that MP. We should strip them of their titles and strip them of their money and actually just strip them completely, and then maybe cover them in oil and watch them sort of naked and writhing.
Knowing what we know about that Jeremy Clarkson? This one. That was before the Jeremy Clarkson piece. I remember seeing this.
Sorry,
before
I knew Princess Diana. Over many years, I shouted literally dozens of words at Princess Diana, and I'll tell you something for a fact. Meghan is no Princess Diana. I don't fancy her for a start. She's not even blonde. In the end, the best plan is simply to ignore them, and hopefully they'll just go away. Now, if you'll excuse me, a woman who once did Meghan's nails has just tweeted that she has weird fingers. I need to write 1,000 words on that before lunch. Why won't they leave me alone? I think...
All right, let me see here. Someone told Aisha that Shamir... And that comment shocked me. Went unchecked other than Aisha, awful journalist. LOL, royal expert Big mad about their gravy train being impacted by Prince Harry has given a first-hand account whose sales they can't match. Okay, this unhinged reaction is the press telling on themselves. Alright, let's move on. I thought this was a bit more... I bookmarked this a while back, so... Next tweet. Okay, yeah, at Mail Online, good try, but it's actually the fastest selling non-fiction books ever worldwide. There'll be plenty of spare. Today, reporters brutal sledge at Prince Harry's during a live course from a deserted Sydney bookstore on the morning of Australian lunch. Who goes to the bookstore these days? I got my books at Amazon and then download the book on my device. Okay, the British media have lost the game. Okay, there's this, they're saying Harry.
Thank you for bringing in the crowd.
Alright, so that's in the US. Okay, we are still waiting delivery in Botswana. Is there a shortage? My local bookshop has a long waiting list for the book. We gotta get this book ASAP. I was going to buy his book, but the queue at the bookstore was 200 yards long. They had run out of stocks by the time I got to the store. Wow. There's that. She will worry about her clown brows. Okay. Oh, was it Orbit? Oh, her. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, this is what happened when I don't read the stuff first. Next one. Okay. Our good sis has really saved and upgraded Harry. Age 18, Prince Harry carries a suit and a band bag full of belongings as he leaves Eton College on June 12, 2003. I don't know. Whew, my goodness. Tyler Perry told us the truth. He was abused emotionally, physically, and financially. Okay, where's the lie? Hopefully, he owns a memoir now. In all seriousness, Charles is a terrible father to Di's youngest child. I think I was right. There was no emotional connection once those kids were born, including with William. Not just Harry. Harry is even the backseat of backseat. It's just that because he is born, they need to put a face that he goes to school, he goes to the best school or whatever. The things that people from the outside could see, they make sure he has it. But look at where he lived. And this is why I guess before all of these books came out, when I tried to imagine Harry being in the palace without Diana, I just cannot picture it. I can't see anything for me to say any nonsense. Whatever nonsense that I've said, there's a lot of nonsense that I've said, they actually come true. Okay, they've been like I just go on my community board. I've mentioned a couple of them. Okay, but for this one, who's looking after Harry? Who's taking care of him? Who's doing the? I could not see it. I could not see it because there was nothing there. There was no connection between Harry and Charles. He was just another boy, whatever. He had to find himself. Okay, when you look at the place he was living, you know, drying his underwear on a heater and all of that. Okay, no luggage bag for aprons. Charles is a very irresponsible father. In fact, there should be a law preventing the royal family from having more than one child. This is nothing but child abuse. I've said this around the time when the invite and uninvite and stripping those kids from, is it Danish royal family? I said that, and I was like, if they only care about one, why do they have multiple? They should just have the heir. But those heirs cannot have more than one. They should not have more than one because they don't care. You could see that even in William, when all three of the kids are out, majority of the time, maybe there's a few others that I don't come across, but majority of the one that I see, he's fixated to the firstborn. That's it. Just when I thought I had seen it all, Diana will never have allowed this. Okay, I swear, the more of this I see, the more secondhand trauma I'm getting. Alright, an ex-boyfriend of mine used to run the Phoenix, which is one of the pubs near the edge of Buck Palace. The footmen drank there regularly and told stories of how mangy the place was and how the family was slumming it in a few rooms behind the scene. It seems it's true. Okay, oh Lord, he had his stuff on a baggage bag. Meghan had her work cut out for her. Yeah, and I think... yeah, I think that's what really fascinates. Well, Harry explained his stories, so there's no need to fill in the gap in here anymore. A whole prince by birthright, at that time third in line to a throne, in existence for almost a millennia, is just shameful. Okay, heartbreaking. Okay, that's in French. Oh Lord, Harry didn't even care. Where was the protocol police? LOL, jizz, poor Harry. The firm really used him. Yep, and he was the smartest, the hard worker. Okay, despite everything they put, yeah, they really abused him to the point where he immune to it. Okay, he was trying his best. Let's say he's underwater. Each time he tried to come up to breathe, meaning that throwing him under the bus all the time. But each time he come up to breathe, trying to prove those people wrong. This is not me. They shove his head down the water again. The same thing that Princess Diana said in one of her interview is like, you know, I married as a teenager, I'm paraphrasing, okay, but they never give her any credit for growth.
In the 18-year-old girl he got engaged to, so I don't think I've been given any credit for growth, and my goodness, I've had to grow.
Alright, but instead they was like, she's have grown, she's better than us, we must destroy her. Alright, so it's the same thing with Harry. They abuse him to the point where I think at some point he's immune to it. Alright, so now he doesn't give a shit because they affect the only person he is that he loves. He's like, nope, you're not gonna destroy me. So if you're gonna destroy me, let me throw some shade back at you. But when you look at the book, he didn't really say anything so devastating to the monarch. It just proved his truth. Some of the things the squad have said. So if he writes another book, let's see what he says. I don't know. I don't think the firm realized that Harry is not ratting them out. There's so many things Harry could have said, but he doesn't. Okay, next tweet. Harry now sells over 1 million copies of his book in one day in the US, another new record beating Barack Obama. Wow, interesting how he rushed it out before March. Very convenient. Okay, Dr. Avery, him? Who's that? I don't know who's that. Okay, almost no mention of Dennis Irving and his book though, so we all know who the winner will be. Okay, yeah, but Americans. Okay, we both had hits in America though, so I think we have to agree they have taste. They better pray Meghan Markle never does a book memoir. It will sell off universe. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, awesome. Knowing the pain he was going through, his penis was frozen. Oh my god, I think there's like a couple chapters where he's talking about his penis. Alright, next tweet. Okay, sharing deep appreciation to Prince Harry. Okay, the Duke of Sussex for his $1.5 million donation to Santa Bali, who do such admirable work to support the well-being of the most vulnerable children living with HIV in Botswana. Well, I don't okay. I don't know whose flags are these. I looked them up. Okay, he is his mother's son. There's a heart. I shared this on my community board, by the way. Okay, the Princess Diana's legacy. There's the heart. Okay, compassion and action. Yes, that's my prince. He's such a beautiful soul. Alright, so let's move on. This one, it varies. Because usually people, the squad, when they do tweets, they put a picture along with it. This one was buried somewhere within the tweets. And I was like, see, I'm not even following her. Okay, Winnie Vanna, passionate about justice, human dignity, struggle, and AIDS, opinion on mine. Alright, let me follow her, because maybe the squad, that's probably that. The squad must have retweeted it and it come under my timeline. And that's how I came across it, because other than that, I will not see it. The minute I read it and I saw it, oh, I was like, let me put it on my community board. Let me let the squad who's not on Twitter know about it. Next tweet, and I also tweeted that on my community board. Heart of Invictus, summer 2023. This new series from Archwell Production follows a group of extraordinary competitors from around the globe, all service members who have suffered life-changing injuries or illnesses on their road to competing at the Invictus game. Alright, so this is the part where probably the Invictus Netherlands, so that's probably some of this that's gonna be on Netflix. Okay, United toward the Friends docuseries. Okay, this is something else. Is it? No, let me see this one. Untitled Tour de France docuseries 2023 from the producers of Drive to Survive. This series will chart the ups and downs, literally, of height of the team. Okay, of 8 of the teams. Okay, the series will chart the ups and downs, literally, of 8 of the teams following the cyclists over the brilliant 3 weeks tour. Okay, très bon. Alright, so that's something different. This is the Invictus. Okay, so these are people who's responding to that. Okay, and in September you can see the story continues live in Dusseldorf. Okay, yeah, can't wait. Alright, can we get a trailer? Can't wait. Alright, there's that. I like that. Okay, there's this. The squad are happy. Okay, I didn't see all of this. Excited for this series as the runner-up to the Invictus 20 IG 23. Invictus 23. Alright, next tweet. Okay, demand for Prince Harry's memoir Spare continues to soar one day after its official release, with stores and libraries in Windsor, Essex struggling to keep up. Alright, Windsor TV News. Okay, not a spare to spare. Prince Harry memoir flying off the shelf, Windsor. Demand for Prince Harry's memoir Spare continued to soar one day after its official release, with stores and libraries in Windsor, Essex struggling to keep up. Okay, congratulations, Harry, much love, both at home and abroad. That's happening in Canada. There's this. She tagged some people. Fantastic. That's great. Go Harry. Just download the audiobook. Should be interesting. But I thought sources said nobody will be reading the book. What is it? There's some tweets that I came across where people were burning them. Alright, just download the audiobook. But that's that. That face look like it's from an Android. It's a good book. Love it. Yeah, I finished listening to the other. And my book, which I bought, hasn't come yet. I had to get the audio. Next tweet. Okay, I know Prince William is incandescent with rage right now. There's a laugh. Okay, is there anyone on the entire planet who cares? Okay, you definitely do. There's that. I don't understand how his older brother instinct didn't trump his heir status. I get that they groomed William, but Diana gave them a foundation upon which a different character could have held onto. Prince Harry did. Willie Leake made the choice to throw over his brother. Spare. Yeah. Where was I talking about where Princess Diana, was showing them the foundation? I think she went and showed them the homeless, how people live and all of that to get him ready for, when his turn. But I don't know, they erased that in him. My goodness, the chant of Harry, Harry, Harry. Okay, the reaction to the Colbert interview is widely supportive. They gave him a standing ovation. My jaw dropped as I didn't expect that. And the bit with Tom Hanks, love it. Okay, I didn't watch the whole thing. I only saw whatever I share with you on my previous videos. Oh, and I think YouTube is still approving them, looking into it. I don't know when you guys gonna see it. Where is it? They block it. This one. Oh, that's the Anderson Cooper. Oh, they approve it. I put it for January 16, 3 days from now. So there it is. Whatever's in that video, that's what I'm aware of. They just approved that. So this one, they black it completely. The Anderson 360. Copyright protected. The copyright owner is reviewing it. Your dispute. Okay, I dispute it, so they're still reviewing it. All right, let's see here. There's that. Good. Help save on utility bills. Go buy some more. Go buy some more. How exactly? William, that's a different language. Next tweet. Okay, I always felt like Kate thought she was going to be the next Diana, and at first it seems that way until Meghan. Kate no longer interested in Meghan, getting all the attention, and rightly so. Kate is fake. She wanted the spotlight. She wants whatever. Meghan left, and she could have whatever she want over there. Okay, because what Meghan thought she was gonna be doing over there is work. That few seconds she was over there, she showed what she's capable of, but the royal family rejected. Kate could have whatever. Talk about baby's brain, all these things she can even comprehend herself. She could have all of that. Alright, Kate was stripped of her personality, trained to speak like aristocrat, and lost her essence along the way. Yeah, she looks fake. Okay, what is it? There's one video that I did, maybe in 2021 or something, where I said they got what they wanted, where I make a difference between Meghan and Kate. All right, so I'm like, why are they trying to copy Meghan when they got what they wanted? Okay, which is Kate. They did whatever they had to do. They molded, they reshaped her, they did whatever it is, and they have that. But why are they still making her dress like Meghan?
One of the reasons Catherine is so popular amongst certain demographics, and I'm going to say older people and men, is because she says absolutely nothing. She's a good little girl who keeps quiet and doesn't complain, doesn't do anything, doesn't rock the boat, and is a very traditional, old-fashioned, mute woman.
I don't understand. These people are confused. Okay, just wearing clothes similar to Diana doesn't make her Diana. She lacks compassion, but more so, she lacks character. Okay, Kate was never Diana. She's boring with no charisma. She's never been interesting. When Meghan came along, it showed even more how boring and uncharismatic Kate is. The part where what is it? I think Harry went to talk to William and all of that, and where Kate was saying that Meghan sort of offended her or something. I'm paraphrasing. When Meghan trying to ask her, what did I do to offend you or whatever, I think she had just had given birth, Kate that is, and Meghan was like her hormone. It must be her hormone that's, doing whatever it is that she was going through. And she was like, oh, we're not that close for you to talk about my hormone. I mean, for someone who's trying to learn baby's brain, this is, I don't know. Do they think they were born completely different? I just cannot comprehend this aspect. Human beings sometimes go through similar experiences when, you know, giving birth, do certain things. Okay, look at postpartum depression. Majority of women after giving birth, they go through that. So someone who had just given birth may not know that they are going through postpartum depression. Won't it be from someone who already experienced it or know of something? Because people read, even though if you haven't given birth, you read things. You have friends who have given birth, who've done certain experience, passing on knowledge. Okay? So for her to say, oh, we are not that close for you to talk about my hormone. She just said, maybe it's your hormone that, I mean, I'm paraphrasing. Maybe it's just your hormone that causing whatever it is. But instead, you take it as offense. So no wonder her 5 questions can never be really answered and be productive, because I don't freaking understand these people. And for her, I don't know. Someone who grew outside the institution, for her to be like this, it's like, what in the F? What in the... let me not blow my mind trying to understand them. But with her trying to understand, what is it? What's the thing she's trying to understand? She's trying about young kids things, the baby's brain and all of that. For someone, why would she? Okay, I can't even articulate what I'm trying to say, because this is so freaking stupid to me. I read that Kate thought she'll shine bright like Diana, people's queen of heart, but connect with people like the past monarch distant, and do the level of work like Prince Eddie. Okay, her demise fills me with joy. Okay, you know, I just say baggage for God. Baggage for God. Right now, even if you had a little window of compassion for her, for those people, knowing that they go out of their way to cause other people's pain, okay, that little window that you could have for compassion to understand them at their level, you just said, well, if you feel it's easy for you to cause pain onto others, at some point you need to experience it so you could understand. If you never feel pain, and you feel like it's joy to you to see someone suffer, so that window of compassion to at least try to understand your pain, it's closed. It's closed. People's not gonna try to feel any compassion. We're just gonna look and say, hey, it is what it is. That's karma. Feel it. Understand the people you have caused pain. I don't think they feel it yet. They're not there yet. They're not there yet, because they have so many people to throw under the bus for them. I just leave it to God. God knows how to deal with people like that. It may take time, but sooner or later it will come, because they refuse to understand. Okay, they refuse. There's something in their brain that literally block that part of understanding other people's feeling. It blocked. So God needs to penetrate this particular aspect for them to go through some stuff themselves. Okay, she is dull as unbuttered toast and doesn't have the passion to help people like Diana did. She can smile, wave, and wear expensive clothes. That's it. Okay, exactly. She had her wedding ring, jewelry, and was about to inherit her, what is it? POW. Person of, okay, Prince of Wales. Okay, Prince of Wales. Okay, and was about to inherit her Prince of Wales title. She definitely saw herself as Princess Diana 2.0. Meghan's arrival and ability to appeal to young people and basically people from all backgrounds was a shockwave to her. Okay, Meghan made Kate basic by just being herself. And the word of Mariah Carey, basic is boring. She's too desperate to be something instead of getting her head into something of worth, like initiating a project that will genuinely help people instead of the photo apps she's been engaged in since joining the firm. Well, the firm, I think, is controlling her. They're not giving her the option to choose something that she will enjoy, something she's passionate about. But no, I don't know, maybe she should talk about don't drink and drive. I don't know, because when she was in college she had a severity for drinking or something. I don't know. That's their problem, not mine. Okay, YouGov poll. British people think Prince Harry should have his title removed. Whatever. At this point, I don't think Harry and Meghan care. Alright, I think the poll there was made up. They never explained how they determined their sample or their methodology. We know the papers print outright lies and gossip, so I can imagine the polls are any better. Just more propaganda. Where did I read? I think it was in one of my comments where someone said it's Camilla's son or something. Someone related to Camilla is running that YouGov thing. So, hey, they have control of all the medias, everything to influence people's mind. Baggage for God. Okay, interesting. The nephew of Camilla Parker Bowles run YouGov. Okay, so that's that. Maybe that's where I read it. Okay, when did YouGov miss the part where Harry offered to return those things? People were chanting Harry, 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 and giving him a standing ovation. Do you think those people were standing for a title? Exactly. There's two comments in there. Okay, it's a bias poll. Okay. The number of people polled was 1,691. All Tory pensioners. YouGov should never be held up as a true reflection of how the British public feel. It's laughable. Alright, they have these polls every month. Are those polls even real? The tabloid said that all Brits hate Harry and Meghan, yet every single project they do get massive sell and views from the UK. Alright, so I don't know, it's up to the UK to stop this shenanigan, because they're making the entire UK look very bad. And then when they're doing, the people who have the mic, when they're doing their stupidity, and they amplify, because they have people everywhere of places to help amplify their BS. Okay, so the entire world hear their BS at a magnifying, repeated, quadruple level. So when the truth is to come out, I don't know, they make the UK look bad. Okay, Queen Camilla reject Prince Harry's claim that she's used him for her PR. I mean, we've seen. Oh, that's me. 13 hours, okay. There's me here. Okay, sure, Camilla. There's that. Well, of course she does. Poof. Alright, Harry isn't the first to make this claim. A 3-part documentary called Reinventing the Royals, banned in the UK, of course, there's a rolling eye, has many details of the way Tampon and Homilla not only use Harry and William, but how much they denigrate the other royals to make themselves look good. This thing I don't understand. You got someone like that, you know, who's doing unethical things from the time she got into the picture, doing unethical thing. And then everyone, I'm sure there's some people in the royal family who disagree with that, but everybody just sit there and take it, making all of them look bad. My goodness. As I'm saying this, I'm thinking of Princess Anne, you know, but anyway, Harry did his part. He got himself out. Let's leave all the other left behind royals alone. Okay, yeah, she can reject Harry's claim, but the world doesn't reject Harry's claim. That's why Camilla is slashed according to the National Enquirer. So, Camilla, you just had a big posh luncheon with the Vipers. We all know what you did to Diana, along with using the same playbook against Harry and Meghan. Alright, funny how quickly they offer a rebuttal to protect themselves. So it's a coincidence her best friend worked at the tabloid. There's a laugh. Even if you wanted to believe that in the past, which I don't, you can turn a blind eye to Jeremy Clarkson and how that went down. Yeah, they're proving Harry more and more, because this is the only playbook that she knows. It has worked for her. Okay, now that Harry is putting his truth out, you know, we're seeing the thing playing in real time. Okay, so they could discredit Harry as much as they want, but their blueprint is so ingrained in their system. Camilla and the Charles and the William and all of that, they don't know any other way, and they keep on proving Harry every single day. Okay, I thought they weren't commenting. There's that as well. All right, next tweet. I think there's more comment, but let's move on. I'm almost an hour. All right, no mental health advocate should say, quote, therapy doesn't work for everyone. Oh, who said that? Who said that? Okay, there is no one on this earth that a well-trained, well-matched therapist will help to some degree. Alright, I will say therapy won't work well until someone is ready for it. Court order is mostly a waste of time, though the 10% that isn't wasted really isn't wasted. It's utter magic when it's the right time, place and match. What British royal family want isn't therapy, they want compliance. Okay, there are of course 1,000 caveats. The point is, someone who supposedly champions mental health will know better than to say something like that. So it must have been one of those, was it from those two one who advocate for shout? Okay, I wonder where she got that. Okay, maybe Kate can't help it, burdened with lifting her family from coal miners and lower tier gentry into, I suppose, the stratosphere when all she knows is keeping up appearances. Okay, I don't know much about her, beside her uncle Gary who selling drugs. I don't know what her ancestors do, but I know the mom had that party business or whatever. Each time I think of it, I'm thinking it's just a front for something in the background. Okay, and they platform her because they know she'll push any agenda they ask. Things have never been more dangerous. Okay, shows all William and Catavus. What's that? Okay, Kate Hughes. Okay, maybe she tried to do the space here and the V. Okay, shows all William and Kate use it for, it's for their PR. Okay, I'm getting the vibe that a certain group has never done therapy. Yeah, they need therapy. They truly need therapy. This thing here. Okay, shows all William and Kate use it for, is for their PR. I'm thinking of the shout thing. Yeah, they're never really passionate about anything. What did they do with the shout thing? Okay, I've shared this so many times. I think Harry was part of that group, okay, with the shout, whatever, his name was attached to it. But once he left, you know, this wasn't his project or whatever, but he left it. He took what was his, which was Invictus. But what did? The information where people call to explain their problem, whatever it is that they're going through. Okay, these were supposed to be confidential. So later on, I think it was a US-based journalist who uncovered it, that some of those informations, people that were supposed to be private from Shout, was being transferred to a for-profit organization. Is it organization or a company? I don't remember. Okay, so that raised the alarm bell. So it says, why should this be happening when it's supposed to be confidential? I'll see if I find that the link. It's in one of my videos. Okay, if I remember which video I had it, I'll just go and grab it. But it's about Shout, and I think it was from The Guardian. Okay, so let's move on. So they're just playing the part, and they don't care about people's feeling. They don't care. When you see them, people talking to them, they look at you so strange. Their mind is somewhere else. They're not really taking in grasping the issues that the people are telling him. But Harry does. Okay, after he finished, meet somebody, or you know, thousands of people, certain conversations stuck with him, make him think to do something about certain things. All right, next tweet. This I just saw before I started recording. All right, royal spokesperson correspondent commenting on Harry's description of them, Devlin. She says she has a husband. I personally don't believe he is real. No neck Jabson. Let me plug my past and future books. He may be smarter than I think. Okay, Tomney. It must hurt. Okay, it must hurt. I get it. I guess this is hurt. Okay, Tomney. It must hurt. I get it. I think it's hurt. All right, let's see this. One of this lad who'd written a book about me and thus provably depended on me to pay her rent went on live TV to explain confidently that Meghan and I had departed from Britain without so much as by your leave to Granny. We discussed it with no one. She said not even Pa. She announced this falsehood with such unflattering certainty that even I was tempted to believe her, and thus her version of event quickly became the truth and many circle. Harry blindsided the Queen, Harry writes. Okay. In a statement to BuzzFeed News, Levine said, quote, I have absolutely no idea if Harry is referring to me, but I can tell you that I wasn't relying on him for my rent. My husband and I bought a house and paid off the mortgage long ago. I have also paid my taxes with which contribute to the public subsidy for the royal family. In other words, I have helped pay for Harry's rent rather than the other way around. How patronizing he is to ordinary people like me who were not born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Wow. Story will end like breakers on a beach. First, a rubbish hit piece by a hack biographer of Pa, who said I thrown a tantrum before the wedding. Harry writes. Okay, so they're taking certain part from the book that Harry had said because Harry didn't mention any name. They didn't mention any name, so they can't really sue. So why did you come out to let people know maybe it's you? Okay, in a statement, the BuzzFeed News Jabson said, quote, he refers to me as Pa's hack biographer. Oh my God, this is embarrassing for them. I don't have a problem with it. Pa is the king, and I wrote a claim book about him, Charles. I'm currently rewriting it, and I'll... Rewriting? Why are you rewriting it? Because some truth have come? So you're readjusting to the truth that people are now know? Oh my God. I'm currently rewriting it. Will be out before the coronation. He wants to make sure people knows. I'm gonna make sure I black this so you don't read it. You don't see it. When I say the name, you just hear a blank. Okay, I have been a Fleet Street reporter or a national newspaper journalist, used to be known as Hack, for 33 years, and I'm proud of it. I suppose for accuracy, he could have said past #1 best-selling biographer and award-winning reporter, but I am relaxed about it. Accuracy doesn't seem to bother Harry too much, giving the historical and factual errors in his memoir. So prove it. Where is it? Where's the errors? Because each time you guys saying something, you're proving him right. Okay, days later, the coup de grace from the royal correspondent is sci-fi fantasy describing the going for Dieu, good Lord, between Kate and Meg, claiming that, according to two sources, Meg had reduced Kate to tears about the bridesmaid dresses. This particular royal correspondent had always made me ill. She's always got stuff wrong, but this felt more than wrong, Harry writes. Okay, Meg appreciated the apology from Kate, but wanted to know why the papers had said this and what was being done to correct them. In other words, why isn't your office standing up for me? Why haven't you found this execrable woman who wrote this story and demanded a retraction? He writes in another excerpt. Tommy declined to comment. So this was another piece, but she didn't. Camilla Tomney didn't come to comment. Okay, the devil is married. Collective shocked. What was Kamato's response? Okay, no comment. There's that. Jabson plugging his book is so funny. Harry drags them to filth. I will be so embarrassed, but those voters are beyond help. Levine said, quote, I pay for your last trip to TK Maxx, and quote, I can say what I want. Wow. Funny Levine, her upset about what Harry said, yet she continues to disparage him. She could have lived a day with the amount of vitriol she spewed about him and Meghan being directed at her. You know, they all are baggage for God. After this, I'm moving on to the next one. Harry was going in. I think it stings more because he doesn't directly name, but they know what they did last summer. Exactly. Yeah, they can sue him to say you said this, you said Harry didn't mention any name. Smart move. Squaddies, please do your detective work. Please find out. Okay, let's see here. Find out who's this devil husband. I'm absolutely curious. Let's move on. If you see what's on the screen, you see it. Okay, something about New Zealand. Okay, shame on you at Air New Zealand. What did they say? Okay, Prince Harry was telling the truth. Okay, so let's see this. Okay, January 13. This just came out. Today is the 13th. Well, New Zealand is ahead. Okay, so let's see here. In difference of Prince Harry's Air New Zealand bumble as the airline throws Sussex class shade. Okay, what is that? What did they say? Okay, so we all get a bit excited when New Zealand gets mentioned on the world stage, even with a micro controversy in Harry's new book. Let's unpack it. Before Meghan and Harry's fairy tale wedding, we're yet to see if the happily ever after bit happens. There was the major brouhaha with Meghan's father, Thomas Markle, who was caught posing for photos with paparazzi in Mexico. Amongst the chaos, Harry revealed in his book a discussion with Thomas, quote, "We told him, leave Mexico right now. A whole new level of harassment is about to rain down on you. So come to Britain now," Harry wrote. Okay, let's just look quote. Air New Zealand first class booked and paid for by Meg. Oh, this one. Okay, some people are quick to pull this apart, saying Air New Zealand has never flown from Mexico to the United Kingdom, and it doesn't have first class. No, not to miss a chance for publicity, somebody at Air New Zealand must have had their heart racing as they pushed send on the tweet, throwing so much shade on Harry. Okay. But does New Zealand go whatever? Back up the Airbus, Air New Zealand. On this occasion, I'm Team Harry because I can understand how this may have unfolded. Air New Zealand used to fly between Los Angeles and London until the pandemic hit. Celebrities loved the Air New Zealand service. It was a welcome break from US and British carrier. The paparazzi will have also been all over the main carriers, so putting her dad in New Zealand will have made sense. So Meghan may have booked the ticket through Air New Zealand from Mexico to London. In this case, United Airlines, Air New Zealand Star Alliance partner, will have flown the Mexico to LA leg, while Air New Zealand will have done the transatlantic service. This trip could have all been booked and ticketed through Air New Zealand, giving the impression it was an Air New Zealand service all the way. In the middle of an international scandal, I imagine Meghan isn't sitting there looking up code share flight numbers and wondering if it's going to be an Air New Zealand plane or not. Secondly, Meghan will have booked business premiere, which to someone who has no idea sound like it could be a premier version of business. In other words, Air New Zealand version of first class. If Air New Zealand had economy premier, for example, you'd assume this is premium economy. Adding premier to the title does infer it's not just a regular one and it's a step above. So I can see how Harry thought the flight was Air New Zealand and first class. I'm no Harry apologist, but there is no real hole in the story here. If I were Harry, I'd probably reply to Air New Zealand, quote, "Look forward to traveling Sussex class. Hope my bags made it." Okay, Air New Zealand need a little bit of shade thrown right back at them. Okay, I don't know. Is this some sort of a shade? I don't get it. Okay, some reason TK Maxx lied. They've been asked to. Okay, never fly in New Zealand again. We'll rather row across ocean than support people attempting to discredit a first-hand account of grief and abuse. Ban fire airline for ban fire people. So I don't know. Whatever. I saw it. I thought I'd share.
A few moments later.
So earlier when I first recorded the version of that particular tweet I just read, I was kind of confused. I wasn't sure what was going on regarding that Air New Zealand. So later on, okay, right now it's 11:41 a.m., several hours since I first recorded it, I came across this tweet that I guess one of the squad retweeted, and now I understand where that thing came from. So there's a part in the book, Harry's book, Spare, where Harry was trying to book Meghan's father from Mexico to come to the UK for the wedding. So one of the things that Harry mentioned, I don't even remember if I heard that in the book, but a couple of times I fell asleep. So Harry and Meghan were trying to book Meghan's father to come to the UK, and they mentioned the Air New Zealand. So now remember, during that time it was 2018, not now. Okay, so several times before the wedding started. So from my understanding, around 2018, so Air New Zealand was in business. It was doing those round or whatever. I don't travel international, so I do not know. That's my understanding of it as of now. So in the book, when Harry mentioned Air New Zealand, so now Air New Zealand, I guess, trying to throw shade at Harry, saying this is the tweet that Air New Zealand said, and this is why I was confused. I didn't know where anything came from. Okay, introducing Sussex class, there's the crown, apparently coming soon. Okay, so they think they're missing the timing, because Heavy had said it was around 2018. So I don't know if Air New Zealand is still in business. So now I'm going to read some of the comments under that and then plug it in with my earlier recording. Luckily, I didn't edit it yet, so I could do that. Okay? You're pathetic. I'll never take one on your flight in my life. I hope others will follow, lying and jumping on the hate wagon who is advising you. Absolutely disgraceful. Okay? What a disgusting and unprofessional behavior from an airline. Did you think people don't have receipt? Okay, Fly Air New Zealand. What a shame. All right, so there's receipt from 2018. Okay, like I was saying, from 2018. Meghan Markle News, Doria Ragland spotted at LA International Airport. Boy, I'm telling you, the squad, they have receipt from 2018. The picture emerged on Monday at 5 p.m. Okay, 9 a.m. local time, with Miss Ragland standing in the check-in area for an Air New Zealand flight. All right, so the squad have receipt. Okay, why did you just take the free advertisement? Now receipts are coming out and you sound ridiculous. Oh my God. Okay, you don't fly Los Angeles and San Diego. Anyone living in Rosarito is going to fly out of San Francisco. Okay, what's N? And sometimes out of LAX. If the fares are better, you know this. The British media knows this too. So sad to see you jumping on board their abuse for some attention. Okay, jump too quickly into that hate train. Now we know the airline has no integrity and no one should be flying you. It's disgusting. All right, so there's more receipt here. Original flight existed until 2019. Oh my God, the squad are coming with receipt. So there's this here. Let me see that. Okay, he swore that he never staged any photos, that he hadn't taken part in any such charade, that he didn't know the pap in question. Meg whispered to me, I believe him. In that case, that's from the book. We told him, leave Mexico right now. A whole new level of harassment is about to rain down on you. So come to Britain now. Okay, we'll arrange for an apartment where you can hold up safely until your flight. Air New Zealand, first class, booked and paid for by Meg. Okay, we will immediately send a car with private security to pick him up. He said he had things to do. Now Meg's face changed. Something was up. She turned to me again and sighed. He's lying. Okay. Oh my goodness. The history of Air New Zealand's London route. Oh my God. The squad or something. They bring something from, oh my God, December 2020. All right, Australia out on Air New Zealand jet on tarmac at Sydney Airport on 30 May 1996. AFR picture by Phil. Okay. In October 2019, Air New Zealand surprised people when it announced it was pulling out of London, its sole remaining European destination. The airline had flown to London for decades, but in the end, it came down to hardcore economics. Less than 7% of travelers. Okay, in the end, Air New Zealand couldn't compete on the London flight. That left Air New Zealand with its original service to London via Los Angeles. He highlighted. Those flight numbers had become New Zealand 001, New Zealand 002, and 1990. Other than a service to Frankfurt that also went via the United States between 1987 and 2001. London was the extent of Air New Zealand European footprint over the years. Okay, the arrival of the 747-400 saw Air New Zealand's London service morph into the Auckland, Los Angeles, London service that remained intact until earlier this year. Over the years, the frequencies improved. It ramped up from the initial twice weekly service to a daily service. Oh my goodness. So they stopped doing it. I guess they weren't making money, obviously. Okay, how disrespectful. You should delete this tweet and stop getting involved in big people's business. And big people's business, the squad are putting receipt. I see how New Zealand was able to export vile lying con artists under guise of journalists. LOL, a state-owned company from a colony lying for its colonizer. LOL, free yourself from slavery and focus on getting sovereignty in your country. Oh my goodness, I read that already. So they're retweeting that. Okay, before jumping on the Harry and Meghan hate train and embarrassing yourself, you should have done the basic. Check your record for LAX LHR booking for Mr. Markle and May 2018. Probably the same flight book for Miss Wagland by her daughter. Anyway, folks, don't, okay, at Air New Zealand. Okay, considering how Harry has promoted New Zealand via Travelist recently, that's a very good point. I completely forgot that. Yes. Yeah, considering how Harry has promoted New Zealand via Travelist recently, what an own goal. I guess Invictus can skip over New Zealand for venue. Oh my God, this is true. This is true. This is true. Let me see. There's one comment. This is one of the best comment here. Yep, no use and ever flying these people again. That is true. Harry has promoted. Oh my God, how could I forget? This is the best response among what I've read so far. Okay, there's this. I was there. Angry to have booked with you next month. Wish I could get a refund. So, and disappointing. Okay, you're disgusting and disappointing. What a shame. Tarnishing your reputation like this for the racist royal family and the toxic British media. Shame on you. Oh, what is it? In New Zealand. Okay, Prince Harry was telling the truth. All right, spare Prince Harry. Okay, this one. Okay, for a minute I thought I want to be able to say January 2023. Okay, and difference of Prince Harry's Air New Zealand bumble as the airline throws Sussex class shade. Oh my God, they're already writing about it. Okay, so we all get a bit excited when New Zealand get mentioned on the word. Okay, so that's the thing I think I read earlier on my recording. So I was a little bit confused. I wasn't sure what was going on. So now I understand. Okay, just another one of Harold's many lies busted. Nah, it's not busted because around that time it was happening. Let's see here. 25. I was just about to stop. 25 comments. Okay, all easy debunked. They're gonna lose business because of this, as this is not a good look for such an established and commercial carrier. Why have you tarnished your reputation with this lie by throwing in the footsteps of British tabloid? Okay, let's see here. Harold and Marco are one of the most disliked couple in the world. Nah. The book is I guess you could go buy the book and burn it if you think so. Because the book is making record. I think an airline would be fine. Okay, isn't this already gone? Let's see. Nope, they were flying LAX LHR. The first leg from Mexico will have occurred under the Star Alliance with United. People often mistake business premier with first class. Okay, I realize most people want to know these things, but Flight New Zealand, social media workers should, management and air, you'll talk to them. Okay, pathetic liars. How much were you paid? By the palace. Okay, there's Dovia flying from that. All right, the pudding receipt. Okay, this is so much of you. Yikes, you descended to this cheap level of publicity. Cancel. Okay, the Billies is what the book referenced, and you were in operation from LA to London until 2020. That's the thing. From back then, maybe right now it's not in business, but Harry was making reference before his wedding when all the commotion, Meghan's father was, and you know, all the nonsense that was going on in 2018. So people can't wrap their head around that. Oh my God, what is wrong with people? All right, so there's this. I read that already. One airline I know to avoid. You guys are disgusting, sick liars. You should have read his book, or better yet, check your previous route before you post this tweet. My goodness, you did fly the route that he referenced until you discontinue it during the pandemic. It is a route that family used several times. I said I expected better, but I didn't. Alright, be more professional than this. Stay out of this family drama. That's for sure. All those other prominent people, I see Charles was talking to, there was, when was that? The King of Spain. I did mention in one of my videos. I was like, you better stay away from this mess because we know what your dad did. So you don't want to revamp the nonsense that you guys already have. I don't follow the Spanish royals, but I know some stuff about them already. So stay out of this. Just stay out. Focus on your little girl who's, you know, pretty good at speeches. I've seen some of her doing speeches. Focus on that. Don't get on Charles' mess. Okay, don't get in their mess. Okay, be more professional than this. They are the family drama. You could have taken a different flight path and flown higher above the Meghan and Harry hate-filled runaway, but you didn't. That's weird for a professional international public-facing company. All you had to do was check the fact. Shame on you. Just mind your own business. Don't get into this. Don't get into this unless if you're promoting Harry or something. Like one of the tweets I just read here, where Harry is promoting Travelers and all of that. I don't know how they're gonna get a better face after doing this, because a lot of people are supporting Harry and Meghan. Okay, shame on you. Joining the bandwagon. You think she doesn't have receipt. Hopefully, no one will fly with you again. Oh my lord. Okay, why jump on the hate train? We all know what he means, and so do you. Okay, hairliner bootlickers making fun of themselves when receipts are easily available. What a missed opportunity to advertise your airline. Now, one airline I know I will avoid. There it is. All right, so there's more comment. Now I understand. Now let's go back to the original tweet. Okay, let's. So next one. But who wrote that? But this is the tableau. Why would you? I don't know. I don't think Air New Zealand will go out of their way to do this. But anyway, next tweet. Why did I bookmark? I don't know. Okay, next tweet, and this is my last one. Apparently, Dickie Arbiter is depending on public apology from King Harry for false allegation and spare. He was not named, but Dickie seemed to think he was referenced. Guilty conscious, oh Dickie, about that interview before Oprah interview. There's that.
It's pretty wild memory, but awesome. Pretty wild memory, but awesome.
The following video was filmed on the 5th of March 2021, 2 days before Harry and Meghan's interview was seen by anyone.
In the interview, from start to finish, Meghan was acting.
The world is waiting on the biggest interview of the year.
Were you silent or were you silenced?
Harry and Meghan with Oprah. Everyone has an opinion.
A bit of a gold digger.
It's very sad that the relationship with his brother has changed.
I don't think their marriage will last.
But no one has actually seen what Harry and Meghan have to say. Instead, the airwaves are full of royal experts influencing public opinion by giving their views into the soap opera of the decade.
Victoria Arbiter, A-R, B as in boy, I-T-E-R, and I am royal commentator for CNN.
Richard Fitzwilliams, royal commentator.
Ingrid Seward, I'm editor-in-chief of Majesty magazine.
You've not seen the interview yet, have you?
No.
No, great.
About that interview before Oprah interview.
You've not seen the interview yet, have you?
No.
No, great. I think we have a fair idea of where the interview's going, and we have a fair idea.
You do, definitely.
Okay, great.
He should just file a lawsuit and see how it goes. That's the thing. Care who the cap fits. Really, a hit dog will holler. Dickie is deranged. The squad are laughing. If he was lied on, then sue him. I won't hold my breath. Okay, he's annoyed because he wasn't named. Dickie is quite the narcissist. That's the laugh. He thought Harry was referencing him when he spoke about his frostbite Dodger. Frost cold and white. Dodger Pecker definitely described Dickie. Okay, is he the thumbs? LOL. Dickie ankle bitter. Just want to hear Harry say his name once before he's off to join Betty. Oh my god. Okay, Dickie should do as himself as name imply. See Lord Peggymore for instruction. So that's it. Let's do a prayer. What should we pray for? Worldview accomplished. I don't know. I just type words that pop up in my mind. Okay, there's no side prayers. Let's see. Prayer for. Let's put 4. Oh, no space. 4. 4. Well, okay. Yeah, it was a wide. Okay, whatever. Let's see. Is there any side prayers? There's none. Let's look for image. Okay, I don't know. I'm even surprised there's something. Let's do this one. Okay, and they pray for you toward their land that you have given to their fathers, the city that you have chosen, and the house that I have built for your name. Wow, I'm thinking them moving to Montecito, reading this. Then hear their prayer and their supplication, and the heavens your dwelling place. Wow, I'm surprised there's even a prayer. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it as that. Alright, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, so that's it.
For me, it's an added member of the family. It's another team player as part of the bigger team. And you know, for all of us, all we want to do is be able to carry out the right engagements, carry out our work, and try and encourage others and the younger generation to be able to see the world in the correct sense, rather than perhaps having a distorted view.